I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they go pretend that they cool till they bust at your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank, they see the number. All of my haters feel one of two ways, really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it, I've been up, so read about it, no beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it, we'll never see it when I keep my feet up. 100 meters where I run the field, and go for chinging on a manapia. I had to re-up on a reel, so you stay defeated, and put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Your art is an art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. And this should just stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. It gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on. So you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check.
Woo! What is good, everybody? Welcome to Drone Brews. It is Wednesday night. Can you believe it? It doesn't even feel like a Wednesday. The week is just blowing by. It seems like every week goes by faster and faster and faster. And here we are. It's Wednesday. Hope everybody is doing really well. We're back at it again. We are talking Mini 2 SE tonight. We'll talk about some other things as well, but that is going to be the topic of conversation. I've got my co-host Eddie Nunez with me tonight. Let's go ahead and greet the Chad IC, B-Man FPV, Jonathan Jackson, Al Mac FPV, Itchy Sack FPV, Johnny Drone Flyer, Johnny Drone Flyer, sorry. Lynn Smith, Joe Fotoleo, 107 Drones. We got Eric Lipinski, Sub 250 Aerial Shots. We got Sergio from Fly Zone Drones. We got Quadcopters and Tech. How's it going? Conan Mills. We got Leonard Oglesby. He's been a member of the BREW crew for 30 months. 30 months! That is insane. He's been there from the very start. I'm going to have to add another badge to that just to like level up whatever he's doing. Damn. We got Jenna C. We got I'll fuck that name up again, King. I'm just going to call you King. What's good, man? Michael Walsh, hello, sir, all the way from Ireland. We got Jimmy J, Gene Fox, Green Mountain Droning, Intel Maxwell Multi-Rollers, Carolina Aerial Visuals, Brad Henderson, Bare Necessities, Aerial Photos LLC, and Smags FPV. What is going on? Airframe FPV, one more. Rat Motors, how's it going? Good to see everybody. Let me go ahead and see if we can bring Eddie in. Let's bring him in. Mr. Eduardo Nunez, how are you, sir?
Dímelo, papi.
Hey, what's going on? Itchy
up,
Sack said he's been here for 29 months. 29 months.
Oh, man.
Good Lord, man. Got some long-term BREW crew members. If you guys want to join the BREW crew, you have to be on an Android or go to the website. Gives you some of the cool emojis. We're going to be hopefully doing some more members-only things. I'm dedicating tomorrow to planning. See, I'm no longer just flying by the seat of my pants. I'm going to be trying to plan things for the channel so things are a little bit more cohesive and efficient. That is my goal for this year, is to be more involved with the BREW crew and the members, because they deserve that. So my goodness, B-Man been here for 30 months too, bro. B-Man 30 months, boom, 30 months. Damn, got some long people. Woo.
Jesus. Yeah, I got B-Man beat by 30 months and 5 days.
30 months, 5 days on the Nunez.
Yes.
Man, so we got some stuff to talk about. We got Mini 2 SE. Good Lord. Feels like we take 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. We're going to talk a little bit about the Avata, talk a little bit about the firmware update long term. Eddie, what else is on the horizon here, man? It's been sort of quiet. Really haven't seen much, from the drone world. Like nothing really exciting yet. Usually things don't start picking up till the end of Q1, transitioning into Q2. If we're going to see something new, it will be towards the end of the tax season. That's usually what happens, historically anyways. I think the Mini 2 SE is DJI realizing they've got a lot of spare parts left over that they need to pump out. Do you agree with that, Eddie?
Yeah, I agree. I was a little confused by these leaks and the rumors.
I mean, what's the price point going to be on that? It'd have to be very, very tempting for somebody who would want to jump to that.
Yeah, at first I thought it was like a Mini 3 SE, but then when I was reading and preparing for today, I was like, holy crap, it's a Mini 2 SE, and I had to kind of sort of digest that and understand like where does this fit.
Yeah, that just doesn't make that doesn't make sense. DJI Mini 2 SE doesn't just like. I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, it could be interesting, right? It could be interesting, but in the same token, I mean, it's like, why? Why would we go backwards? Now, the price of the DJI Mini 3 is what? $499. DJI Mini 3 is $499 if I'm not mistaken. Or is it so if I buy this right now, I gotta look. I haven't looked at it for a minute here. So without the screen on it, it's $559. I'm sorry, $559 for the without the screen. If you do with the screen, it is $699. So okay, that's a sizable chunk before you go to the Mini 3 Pro. So Mini 2 SE is going to slot in here beneath that. So I'm thinking, what, $399? Is it like $399? Is that enough for you to say, hey, let me buy the previous generation? I don't think that's enough for me.
I'm looking at some of these leaks here on Twitter, and they're saying DJI Mini 2 SE $380, and then with the Fly More $480, and of course this is with the standard RC.
That just doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound like a good deal. It doesn't sound attractive enough to me to want to buy that.
Yeah, I think that there is an audience for this drone. I think it's for, it's not for us. It's not for the people perhaps watching the stream, but it's those that are intrigued, by a drone, that they want to get into this hobby. They don't want to commit to a Mini 3. They don't want to commit to an Air 2S. Definitely not a Mavic 3. Perhaps you played around with toy drones. I mean, when you compare this drone compared to, like the stuff that's on Amazon, when you search drone, like this is a better buy overall, I think. Yeah,
no, it is better. I mean, like I get all day long, people, like companies will hit me up with these like little one-off oddity drones, like 250 gram. They're trying to compete obviously with the Mini 3, and they just cannot. Yeah, it's weird. I guess there is a market for the Mini 2 SE. I mean, if you think about it, the Mini 2 SE still competes with the Autel Nano, and in some ways it surpasses the Nano. Now, people will argue about the Nano's camera being, what it is, but the RYYB sensor, but I digress. I mean, the vast majority of people can't tell a difference either or way. But I mean, I guess, if it gets you into the realm of, hey, I can afford it now, then sure, why not, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
I mean, I think it's just all about expandability in the actual hobby, but I don't think. Why would I buy the Mini 2 SE for $389 when I can just buy the Mini 2 in Costco? Yeah, it's a really good point. Like, you can buy the Mini 2 right now relatively cheap. Shit, I mean, you can go on to Facebook Marketplace, and people were dumping the Mini 2s really cheap when the Mini 3 launched. So, I mean, there are some good deals out there. You can buy them used. You can buy it from Costco. Costco always seemingly has some insane deals. So, I don't think it's worth even considering. I think it's just one of those bridge products that is going to launch before something else launches. That's what tends to happen. They'll launch this and then something else will launch, you know, momentarily after the fact. So we'll have to wait and see what they end up launching. I don't see anything else on the front from Autel either. Like Autel's mum's the word. Haven't really seen much from Skydio. I did see Mike from Drone Supremacy actually put out a X Dynamics video today. You watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, I watched that.
Good video. Good video.
Yes.
Kudos to Mike for staying so balanced, you know, on a product that is just plagued with bad decisions and bad luck, right?
Yeah.
There's no other way to describe that product. X Dynamics is a company that continuously makes bad decisions. And they don't know how to innovate let me rephrase that. It's not that they know how to innovate. They don't know how to capitalize on innovation, and they don't know how to make a product that is exciting. They need to have a mid-tier, you know, I think they need to have a mid-tier product first, right? You need to have a product that is going to be a capital producer, produce some capital, produce some revenue that somebody can afford. $3,600, anything over $3,000, now you're in pro territory. You know, you're not going to get people to bite and buy. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, kudos to Mike for the video. I think that was probably the most balanced, honest video. Like
Yes, it was.
You know, I think he's one of the few reviewers that I think can just be like sort of in between on things. You know, he can just sort of be in between. I don't know how to. I'm too extreme on one end or the other. I think I either love a product or hate a product. You know, I'm trying to be better with that, but he's very balanced. I think that was really good. So
yeah, I thought Mike was trying to give them a fair try.
He tried to give him a fair shake. He did try to give him a fair shake.
Yeah,
I tried to give him a fair shake the first time with the first Evolve, but it fell flat on its face. With the second one, there was just so much promise and hype and all this bullshit and pressure from them. I was just like, and I've talked to them several times since that video, and they were supposed to put another one in my hand, but then they wanted to fly somebody out to be with me. It was almost like they were afraid to let me have it unsupervised. You know, it was like they were afraid to let me be around it unsupervised. And I was like, yeah, and just never, every time we tried to organize it just never worked out.
When I look at that drone though, I you know, it almost seems like they've been like, that's a pre-production model.
Yeah.
And they're in testing and in a beta mode.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a final product, but it feels like it's been a very long time.
It's too long.
Yeah.
Technology
even Mike,
moves so fast. You can't
yeah,
be that
even
way.
Mike in his videos, you know, he stated that he's had this drone for over a year, and this is the first video that he was able to make, and he didn't know if he was gonna make the video. You know, it's quite a long time.
Yeah, it seems like yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like it took too long.
Yeah.
For them to jump into the realm of where they should be. I wish they were smarter with things. They didn't even show up at CES this year, so that was a little weird. They didn't show up at CES. That would have been a good opportunity
for them to kind of showcase and try to recommit.
Yeah. So somebody's saying that my audio is low. My audio sounds fine in my headphones. So let me go to the stream. This will probably cause an endless loop. So
on my end, you sound fine. I felt like I was a little louder at first.
So I just listened to it and it sounds fine. Yeah, it sounds fine. Like any higher, you're going to be peaking and crackling. I mean, it's peaking at -6. I can see it right here. So my guess is it's probably a them issue, not an us issue. I'm not going to go any higher with it. I mean, because I like to use the audio after the fact. Like if I cut these clips up and if it's too hot, you can't recover that audio. So, yeah. D&D says sounds fine. Adrian says fine. Like, yeah. I don't even want to get started with that. All right. So moving away from the Mini 3 SE, let me talk about something that happened today. I got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. I sent you a text. We're not gonna say their name. We're not gonna say their name, but I want to put out a PSA. This is a public service announcement, and this goes not just for me. This goes for any influencer, YouTube. Doesn't matter. Let's put out a public service announcement for viewers that think that this is okay. So, long story short, I met a guy inadvertently when I used to do the Friday night flights. So when I had Friday night flights, people used to submit footage and we would play their footage on Friday night flights, whatever. Somebody submitted footage. I'm not going to say necessarily who they are, but I will say that that person is overseas in South Africa. Okay. Played their footage. He was super excited. He emailed me and he's like, yeah, thank you so much for playing the footage, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Now, this was right when I first started Apex, right? This was right when I first started Apex. So he goes out and he builds a website for my business, and just builds it and gives it to me, gifts it to me. And I was like, okay, thank you. I didn't ask you to do that, but sure, thank you. I'll use it. And he made a logo and all this stuff, and it was really nice of him. I was like, thank you so much for that. And throughout the years, I have given him money, whether it be through PayPal, whatever. I've given him money for his help. I've even linked him up with DroneWorks so they can pay for logos. They bought logos through him and paid him for that. So he did a service, he paid for the logo, or we paid for the logos, whatever. And recently he did a website and I paid him money. And then I sent him 2 drones. I sent him 2 drones to South Africa. And just so you know, shipping into South Africa is incredibly expensive. It's super hard. They charge an import tax. So the total value of what I shipped over there was $1,600. So to ensure that, to make sure it was there, I had to pay over $100 in shipping. And I think the import tax was $35. I don't know what it converts over to the rand. But anyways, periodically he would ask me for more drones. And I say, no. I'm just no, that's not how it's going to work. And he hasn't done anything for the website since I think June. And recently he sends me a message that he wants me to buy. He asked me if I would buy him a Mavic 3 Classic, which is $1,900. And I said to him, I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't have that type of free money just floating around where I can just buy somebody a drone and send it over there. Granted, yeah, Amazon could ship it into you, but I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Just because you have a channel and you have a business doesn't mean you have money just floating around that you can just go buy whatever you want all willy-nilly. Everything I earn, whether it be from YouTube, which YouTube doesn't pay shit, the business or whatever, I put either back into the business, reinvest back into the business to try to expand it, to try to get it to be sustainable, or I pay my bills. I'm going to be completely honest. I am very much like anybody else, just trying to figure out how shit's going to get paid week to week. I'm responsible with money, but I try to just pay my bills first and foremost. And he says to me, he goes, well, I see you can travel all over the country and buy all these FPV drones and whatever. I'm like, I travel when travel permits. And I buy drones that make good business sense for the business. But I'm like, first of all, don't threaten me. He gave me this whole long message today, sort of threatening me. And I just want to I'm looking at you. You know who you are. I'm not name dropping you. I could name drop you, but I'm not going to do that. But don't ever fucking threaten me. Don't ever fucking threaten me, because I'll make it very clear. I just recently got my passport. I have no fucking problem coming over to South Africa if you ever make a fucking idle threat like that again to me. I have no fucking problem showing up at South Africa. Zero fucks giving. Don't ever fucking threaten me. Okay? Don't ever. Because I'll be on a plane and I'll show you just fucking what I would do. Fucking threaten me. Don't ever fucking threaten me. I don't give a shit. Don't ever. That pissed me off. Today, that pissed me off. Like, I will, like, there's certain triggers, and that's a trigger when somebody threatens you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just, I don't play that game. So don't ever fucking threaten me.
When you shared the story with me, I was like, who is this? Because
I sent you the screenshots because I was like,
yeah.
is this for real? Like, this for real? Like, you know, as nice as I've been and as kind as I've been to that person, like, to go ahead and do this, like, that's just wrong. I'm so pissed about it. I'm so pissed about it. Fucking unbelievable.
You got to be ballsy to.
No, that is just ballsy.
Open up your hands and say, "Give me."
You wouldn't believe how often that happens. So here's a good rule of thumb. I give away a lot of stuff on this channel. I give away a lot of things, but I always give to people who do not ask. If you don't ask for something and I see it's something that may benefit you or something that somebody needs, I will give it to them unconditionally because they didn't ask for it. They didn't ask for it, and I will give it away. I will give it to them. I give away a lot of shit, but I'll give it to people who don't ask. If you ask for it, I'm not going to give it to you if I ask. I give shit away to people that don't ask for it. Like, god damn. That just pissed me off, you know. And I know he'll watch that. He'll watch this tomorrow. He'll watch the replay. And I hope you think about what you asked for and like the way and the mannerism and you demanded it. You demanded it like it's, and when you didn't get the answer you wanted, like fuck off. If you ask me for $100 or something, yeah. Oh yeah, here's $100. That's a reasonable request. But don't ask for like $1,600. Now he'll text me he want $100.
He's like, so the $100 you offered me, can I at least have that?
Shout out to Jonathan Jackson. No, and that's the other thing. Let me. So Adrian or somebody says I need a beer. You know what? I'm actually. Last night was the last beer I had. I went to a hockey game with my brother. That's the last beer I'm going to consume. That's the last beer I'm going to consume. I am going to commit to the fact that I need to do better, to be healthier, to just be better for my family, to be better, to be a much more crisp presenter on things and without the alcohol. So drone brews will stay drone brews because, like I said, I can drink coffee. Coffee is a brew. You want to drink? Hey, drink, knock it out. I'm still going to be like I am. Like, I don't need alcohol to be this way. I can be this way all on my own. I don't need any assistance. You know, I can demonetize myself like all on my own. But yeah, like, I'm not saying I'll never drink again. I'm just saying I want to tone it back because I want to lose weight. I want to get healthy. Those are all the things. Like, I got goals this year. I gotta get those goals. You know, I want to try to be healthy. But that that fucking twerked me off, dude. Like, because you have a channel, you make all this money, dude. Don't make that much. Don't make money. Make no more money than the average normal person that does a 9-to-5 job. Mm-hmm. You got to maybe work harder because you don't know where your next check is coming from, type of thing. Fucking. All right.
Entitlement.
Welcome to the sober crew. It's not that bad. You know what? It's like I said, we're leaving it to Brew Crew. I agonized over the idea of, do I change the name of Brew Crew? And the reality is, like, brew could mean anything. Brew can be coffee. Brew can be apple cider. There is so much there, but like I've got to like just say, yep, I got to commit to it. And it sucks because Super Bowl is coming up, but you know what? No better time to test your ability to say no than Super Bowl. That is the best time to do it. And I don't have a dog in the fight for the Super Bowl. I don't have a single dog in the fight. Whether somebody wins or loses, I could give a shit less. Really, really could. Itchy Sack says he's got 20 that says it's less than a month. No. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I went on tears like this before.
You did it last year for a while.
Yeah, I did it last year for a while. Back in 2000 and funny story, 2015 to 2017, I didn't drink any alcohol. I was so into fitness, I didn't drink any. There was no alcohol being consumed. And then when I broke my elbow, I was like, I just went into a deep depression because I couldn't work. I was basically in recovery for like 6 months, and it was like, depression's a real deal. So I couldn't work out, couldn't do anything. I tried and I couldn't because I didn't have full range of motion in my elbow. That was the downfall. I'll never forget that. You know why I was skateboarding that day, Eddie? You know why I was skateboarding? Because because I had one of those penny boards. You know those penny boards?
Yes.
I watched a Casey Neistat video. And he remember the one he was in Amsterdam and he would take the penny board in the airport. So I thought, oh, what a great idea. I'll have a penny. Let me tell you, penny boards and cracks do not mix well. You will eat shit. You will eat shit on a penny board if it hits a crack. And that is exactly what happened. And, that lesson learned. Now, did I learn my lesson fully? No, because I still one wheel and I still have other electric devices. But I will never get on a penny board again because that was like a death machine. That was such a bad idea. I've never stepped foot on a penny board since that point. Intel Maxwell says, I will save money not buying the beer. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That is definitely that. It's funny. I canceled my gym membership to Planet Fitness because I want to look for a different gym. I want to go somewhere where there's like maybe some motivation. They got these things called Burn Boot Camp, so maybe I'll look into that. I need something where there's structure. There's no structure at Planet Fitness. And then they got fucking pizza on Wednesdays or some shit. I walked in there to cancel. They got pizza. I'm like,
oh my God.
They got fucking pizza on the counter. I'm like, I know this is a judgment-free zone, but you got pizza. I can't efficiently work out if you got freaking pizza and Tootsie Rolls on the counter. This is not going to work well. You can't do that. Crazy. So I had to exit stage left. So are you saying if you are on crack, you eat shit? Yes, that is what I'm saying. Ken said I've given up drinking myself. I became a single dad of a 15-year-old girl. Hey, you got to be on point with these kids, man. So I respect that. Definitely respect that. But the fucking pizza set me over the edge today. What was I saying? All right, so moving on. So we talked Mini 2 SE. We talked about the whole shit show that happened. Jimmy J, Brew Crew, 11 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that very much. Eddie, do we think that 250 gram drones is going to be the way of the future here? Is that what we're going to have to put up with now with remote ID becoming more prevalent? You think it's going to be a 250 party all day long?
I think it's a good selling point, right? Yeah. Because if it's under 250, you don't need remote ID.
True. This is very true. We don't need remote ID.
So if you want to stay in compliance and you want to fly, 250 is the way to go.
250 is a safe number, but I think like for like 107 guys, you still need to have your 107. You still have to be compliant. You still have to transmit remote ID. So, I mean, I don't know if there's much of or like a reason for me to go 250. Although I do like that with the 250 gram drone, like there's less care. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You fly a lot in urban environments. How do you feel flying something like that?
No, I always feel like when I fly the Mini 3, for example, I feel better than flying the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 and the larger drones, I get anxiety. I get anxiety when flying, and you can see like my hands kind of like twitch, for example, because you don't want to mess up, right? You don't want to mess up. Imagine like you make a mistake, you're going to pay for that mistake, right?
It's true. Adrian Doko, Brew Crew member for 12 months. Mavic 2 Mini 2 SE. Sub 250 with ducks for ops over people. Yeah, I mean that is true because I believe I think the Mini 2 with the ducks that they had was right at the cusp, right? It was right at 250 with the ducks.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mini 3 is not. I don't even think they don't have ducks for the Mini 3, do they?
I don't think so. I haven't seen any.
Huh. Okay, I'll have to investigate a little bit further into that. I could have sworn it was right at 250. I mean, it's hard, the whole duck situation, and now we have. Have you seen those new props? Those tortoise props? Have you not seen those? So
No,
they
I have
got
not.
these new props that's like sweeping. It's a sweeping craze right now. Let me.
But those props are for what drones? Like FPV drones or GPS
Yes,
drones?
it's called a Toradol propeller. It's a Toradol propeller. You can actually 3D print them, although I don't know if I would recommend doing it. They were developed by MIT, I guess, but it's a Toradol propeller. It's supposed to be lower noise, technically safer because there's no sharp corners. So there's no sharp corners. So technically, you're not going to get, cut up or anything like that. But I don't know. I feel like there's more downsides than upsides to these things. They're just weird looking, to be completely honest. Yeah, they say it's a silent prop. They're not silent. Let me see if we can go over to our desktop scene here, Eddie.
It's 3D printed as it's spinning. Wouldn't like it expand or lose its shape?
Yeah, so let's take a look at this here. So here is the prop. So this is what the prop looks like. You can't see it on the screen. You will in a minute, but anyways, you can 3D print this. You can 3D print it. I was always told 3D printing a propeller was a bad idea because like if it was PLA or PETG, like it could essentially not be balanced. Number two, it could also break apart under the velocity. So I'm not 100% sure. Let's see what he printed it with. I don't think he said what he printed it with. This is a guy named Quad Mover. He's been notorious for creating a lot of crazy stuff. Okay, so he printed it with PETG. So PETG is an interesting material. I don't know if I trust PETG. These look like really cool props. They're weird. They're weird as shit. But, they look cool. They look so cool. So I don't know if you're watching the stream back, Eddie, but these things look cool. They're super silent.
Yeah.
They're super silent. Again, the idea behind this is if this should smack you, you wouldn't essentially cut yourself. But listen, I have touched things that have been circular and I've still drew blood. Now, would this damage you less than something that had more of a sharper edge? Absolutely. This would damage you a lot less. And theoretically, it should be able to have similar results. Now, I don't know how the prop wash would be or the oscillations. I mean, he's flying something that is really super light. And I mean, this thing is just scooting. This thing just looks like something out of this world. But this is like the new craze with these new, and actually I think he's running a FatTech flight controller. I mean, this thing's just wild. Oh, 100%. Sunrise Water Media. I bet I could draw blood with those props. I bet you anybody would draw blood with those props if they hit them, even if it's just a rounded angle. But I just thought that was interesting that this is something that is really new. It's super new. And it's becoming a craze. Like I said, I don't know. There's not enough of performance benefit to jump to something like this over our props right now. But given the fact that this has been done, I don't see it being too far long before somebody perfects this, or maybe this ends up, into the hands of other people. Mm-hmm. But, and again, those are his traditional props. And again, they fly and they sound that. Now that setup he has here with the six blade props or the 8 blade props sounds absolutely insane. This guy is a freak of nature when it comes to flying, because right now he is line of sighting. Supposedly he line of sights this stuff, which if that's the case, I mean, holy shit, he's outstanding. But yeah, I don't know if there's enough reason to jump to that. So Toradil props. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but pretty interesting.
It is.
Yeah, really, really interesting. Dr. Quad says it's all BS. Yeah, it probably is BS. Night Train says, I'm sure the KISS part helps with flight stable. Yeah, so I know with Quad Mover, he's sponsored by FatTech, but I do know like a lot of us like that Fly KISS, we just get presets and we're just pretty comfortable with it. And once you build one, you're able to emulate it a little bit easier than Betaflight. That's why I like KISS. But I don't know how much longer we'll be able to use KISS before they force us to go to their alpha firmware, which I really hope that's not the case. I feel like KISS is just hanging on by a thread because FatTech is really pushing that alpha configurator. And I don't like the alpha configurator. I feel like it's clunky. It's not easy to navigate. It doesn't make a lot of sense. There are some things that are similar to the KISS configurator, but I'm just wondering for how much longer we'll have access to KISS as an optional firmware when you buy a FatTech flight controller right now. Because right now when you buy a FatTech flight controller, they let you install the KISS firmware, but it ships with the FatTech firmware. So I'm not a fan of the FatTech Alpha firmware. I still like KISS. I mean, that's just what I've been flying for forever now, and it's just been fantastic.
I've never flown one of those drones.
What?
Always Betaflight, never KISS.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's just simple. Like I feel like the filtering on KISS is better, and I feel like, you know, and people say, "Oh, you got to go by the data." But I don't know. I fly Betaflight. I fly KISS. I always can build a quad and get it tuned like super easy with KISS. So, but that's just what I like, and I don't like argue. Like if people like Betaflight, let them fly Betaflight. I fly Betaflight and iNav on my Cinelifters, but for my 5-inch, my freestyle quads, I fly KISS. So, you know, to each their own. Like everybody likes what they like, and some people like, you know, whatever. Fly Duino / KISS Ultra, everything. You know, the problem with KISS Ultra is the availability. I can't get KISS Ultra, and the first batch, the version 1 KISS Ultras that I did have, they were shit. The quality control on KISS Ultra on the first batches were shit. Now I know he's improved that, and he's on, I think, V2, but the availability of it, because he wants to keep these batches so small, sucks. So you create this hype train frenzy, and it's like you can't even get them, which sort of sucks. New FatTech Alpha is garbage with the new gyro. Run KISS till FatTech figures it out. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep running KISS until they figure it out. I have no interest in the alpha firmware. I'm just not a fan. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I tried it. I was just like, no, I'm going back. I have my presets, and I just stick with what I fly the same thing over and over. So pretty happy with it. Night Train says most of his quads are Betaflight, but he does have one KISS V2, and I have never had a problem with it, and I love flying it. See? Yeah. Everybody, like, you got to try it once or twice. Almax says he runs FatTech KISS on all of his quads. Same. The only thing I don't run that is not FatTech is the ESCs. I run Reaper, or I run the HollyBro ESCs. Can't even remember the name. It's escaping me. But that's what I've been running, the HollyBro ESC, which I saw FatTech tease the 65 amp ESC, which will be awesome if they come out with a FatTech 65 amp. I'm all about that, as long as it's better than the 45 or fire hazards. No, KISS is not on that 4-inch, Maddie. That was a Betaflight. I did build a KISS 3, that little 3-inch I built. That thing's pretty sweet. Did you see the issue? Yeah, the Quadmilla. Did you see people are having issues with the O3 air units now, Eddie?
Yeah, so something about the camera, right?
Yeah.
You have to glue something.
Have you seen that?
I've seen videos of it where you have to supposedly glue something so it doesn't affect your gyro.
Yeah, so so Murder's FPV messaged me the other night because we were talking back and forth. I was saying I had vibrations. So I took one camera off of one build and put it on the new build to see if that worked. So the first thing that happened, if you replace the camera on these O3 air units, you have to calibrate the camera. It'll prompt you to calibrate the camera with the DJI O3 Assistant, which I thought was a little I was like, okay, that's sort of weird. But it didn't seem to fix the problem. Now, I'm not getting that issue on my 5-inch quads, but I am getting the issue on my 3-inch quads. But on the 5-inch quads, I have no intention on using the O3 air unit as anything more than a flight camera. I'm not recording on those. But I thought it was interesting that is becoming a problem. Like there's this glue separating and it's causing a vibration under zero throttle maneuvers. So I hope that is something that DJI can rectify on future batches, because Caddx has announced that they are ceasing production on the air units, which we knew that was going to happen, right? You cannot have your foot in one pool while the other foot is in the other. You can't produce your own digital system and then still produce DJI's system. They're not going to allow it.
Yeah.
Which also sucks, because now, like, any hope of having an additional camera or a third-party camera for the DJI FPV system is completely out, unless if RunCam steps up to the plate and creates a digital camera. And I would be okay with that. Give us a digital camera that does not have a gyro built in. It's just a flight camera, nothing more. I would be perfectly okay with that. I don't need the gyro. I don't need it to do that. I just need it to fly and have really good video. That's all I care about. DJI responded publicly about it and said it's a you problem, not a them problem. Really? I haven't seen anything from them on that. I'll have to look that up. I mean, because I've had it in 2 of the quads, and these are quads I haven't crashed. These are fresh builds. First flight, I was noticing this vibration. I was like, okay, this is really weird. I haven't noticed it in any. I haven't noticed it in any of the other cameras. Only in like 2 or 3, and there are 2 or 3 cameras that have come from Pyro Drone is where I've noticed them.
I think this will become a them problem pretty quickly.
I think it'll become a them problem. But here's the thing, though. When it comes to FPV, the problems aren't exaggerated. Like on home-built FPV stuff, it's not exaggerated as fast as consumer products, because FPV people are typically the type of people that are like, oh, I have a problem. How do I fix this? How do I troubleshoot it? And then they sit there and try to fix the problem, and then they figure out how to fix the problem, and they're like, problem's fixed. I'm not going to put any more effort into complaining about this because I fixed the problem. Which, I mean, in one hand, I respect that, heavily respect that you just troubleshooted the problem, fixed it. But on the other side of that, it doesn't fix the problem going forward. That means you always have to fix the problem yourself, which sort of sucks. So I don't know. They'll probably fix that. They'll probably fix that. Did you by chance see that possible 2023 DJI calendar from a tweet a few weeks ago about a possible DJI Mavic 3S? I haven't seen that. Have you seen that, Eddie?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
But on the last stream, we spoke about a Mavic 3S and right, how it could potentially fit.
It could potentially fit in the lineup, but I mean, at that point, I feel like you're cannibalizing, and then you're cannibalizing your lineup in a sense, right? You got the Classic, the Cine, the Mavic 3, and then of course you would have the S. I don't know what could you add. What does that S stand for? Like, they've already fixed the satellite issue, so that's out the window. What else could you fix or bring, as far as features that we don't already have right now? Like, what would you add?
The only thing I could think about is having, the improved batteries that we are seeing now.
Yeah.
And having a vertical camera. Like
No. He said Mavic 3. He's not talking about an Air. He's saying Mavic 3S.
Oh,
not an Air 3. No, not an Air 3. A Mavic 3. I'm sorry. I should have clarified that.
Yeah.
Mavic.
No.
An Air 3, I think, would make. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, Mavic 3, I don't see.
Like, I think they fixed all the problems. It was a rocky start. The Mavic 3 had a rocky first start. Like, I was tilted. I was tilted with the Mavic 3. I was perplexed on what to do, like keep it or sell it, return it. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I really didn't know what I wanted to do with that. I'm glad I kept it. But it did take like 3 months or so for them to flush out those bugs to make it a better drone than it is right now. It took them 3 months to make it a better drone than it is right now, but still, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm glad I kept it, but it was a touch and go for a little while. And I know a lot of people felt like it was touch and go, like it wasn't worth the money. Now the Classic is totally worth the money, I think, at that price, at $1,700.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely a good price at that. But I mean, in the same breath, like I can be, I know you were salty about the Classic. Like we both were salty about the Classic. That here we go. We spent $2,600 on this, and then almost a year later, then you're just bringing this for $1,700. But I got to think, at the end of the day, drones are tools, right? They're tools. So I can't really be too mad that they do that. As long as it's making me money in my business, that is okay. And at the end of the day, you can't be mad that they release something for cheaper. If you're going to wait, you're always going to wait. You're always going to wait if you're always waiting. I see people in the comments now, they're saying that they are wanting to wait on the DJI Avata for the next version. I can tell you right now, if you wait for the next version, you probably won't see a next version for a while because we still haven't seen a follow-up to the FPV drone.
Yeah.
And I would say that's going to be first before you would see a new Avata.
Yeah, I agree. I think the FPV drones are, I mean, we only have 2, so they're slower.
Right.
To release.
And if they do another FPV drone, I think we won't see neither. I don't think we'll see an FPV 5-inch, and I don't think we'll see an Avata. I think we'll see a 250-gram FPV drone from them. That would make more sense, right? Yeah. I think that we'll see a 250-gram FPV drone or a sub 250 FPV drone from DJI, because the Avata is what is it? I think it's like right at 500 grams, if I'm not mistaken. But I think we're gonna see a sub 250 from them, man. Do not see another FPV drone from them. Not anything that comes in over 250 grams. I don't see it. And I think we can get away. I think they could build like an Avata, an Avata Mini.
That would be pretty cool.
I think they can do that. And they can cram it jam-packed with all those fantastic features that they get. But what would you think battery life would be on that, Eddie? We're getting what, 10 minutes out of this one?
I think on a sub 250, you're looking at the best 5 minutes. Aggressive flight, like 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes.
I was wondering why I was high. I'm printing ASA, which has some
fumes.
It's got some fumes. I mean, it's basically the same as ABS. It's printing in the X1, so it's all concealed. But I was printing a fan mount, and I got to take the supports off it. But it came out pretty freaking clean for ASA, printing that fast. Yeah, I think that we'll see another, we'll see the next drone we're going to see is going to be 250. There's no way in hell that they put out another FPV drone that's over 250. Mm-hmm. With the rules and being more stingent across not only our country, but let's say the UK, Europe. I mean, they're going to want to put a drone out that is going to appeal to the vast majority of the masses. And the only way to do that is to make it sub 250.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, sometimes you want to travel with your drone.
Yeah.
And you want to be in compliance.
I'm going to be going to Texas. We have the Texas Drone Workshop happening on the 19th of February. 19th. I'm sorry. I'll be there on the 17th. I'll be in Houston, Texas on the 17th of February for the Texas Drone Workshop that we're going to be doing with Texas Lone Star AVUSI. And I was thinking I want to take an FPV drone with me because Houston would be a cool spot to fly. And, I'm going to probably have a little bit of time to maybe branch out and go fly something. So I figured, let me take the Avata. And the Avata just barely will fit in my bag with all my gear. It's barely going to fit in my bag with all my gear, but I'm going to take the Avata. I think that would be a fantastic drone to take and to fly. You know, I think that's a fantastic drone. Man, this thing came out freaking so good. Just making sure it's strong, though. Not that it has to be strong, but it's, you know. So I'm messing around, like we're messing around with new materials, higher temp materials for some of these parts we're building for quads. And ASA and ABS are just super, super strong, but most importantly, they're very weather resistant. So that's our goal, is to try to make these out of these materials going forward. Although the fumes, I don't know if I can handle the fumes if I'm printing and I'm going to be in the office. But when we move to the new studio, I think it'll be fine.
3D printing to me is just like rocket science. There's like so much you have to learn.
There is a lot. There's a lot that you have to. There's a lot of like nuances that you have to master to be able to print something right, because there's profiles that affect the way the outcome of the product will come out. So there's all these little goofy things that tend to happen. But once you get those down and you figure it out, it's like, man, things come out looking beautiful and it prints really, really super nice. So, but it's hard for me to print and film in the studio. So next month, we're going to be moving out of this facility. We're going to have a brand new studio, a brand new scene. We're going to have multiple rooms. It's going to be awesome. It's a much bigger place, and I'll have a dedicated room where the printers will live, so I can actually film and print at the same time. I'm pretty excited about that. So there will be like a week or 2 weeks maybe where there's no content, or content's going to be very, very slow as we're moving everything over there and setting up the new facility. But I'm like I said, nonetheless, I'm super, super excited about that. I can't wait for it. So it's going to be awesome to have more space, to be able to have these printers running, and to try to actually film and be able to film inside and not have to worry about that. Most importantly, I'm going to be excited to have a dedicated live stream set up, like something that's just, because, you know, like here we're filming the scene that we film. Most of the videos are behind us, and then we have printers all on the wall to the right of me over here. So it's like, it's hard to print and film. So
it is.
I'm pretty stoked about it.
And the noise too.
The noise is tough, because you get like this little hissing sound in your audio when you're filming, and it's like a noticeable, like when you try to edit that out of your audio, you get this noticeable click in and out. Sort of a pain in the ass. Does anybody know what type of printer he's using? I am using a Bamboo. I'm using Bamboo P1Ps, and I have a Bamboo X1. So I'm slowly but surely migrating all the printers to the Bamboo printers. And I've been very, very happy with that.
How fast did you get those after you ordered them?
You know what, dude? Right now they're shipping so fast right now. Like, I ordered the X1, and it arrived to me 7 days later. I ordered a P1P, and it got to me 5 days later. So
oh wow, so that's improved.
Well, they have a warehouse now in the U.S., which is very, very helpful. And means that you're going to get your product a lot sooner. So that's definitely a good thing. So yeah, pretty happy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. So Joe Fotoleo says, can't make it to the workshop, but would love to meet up somewhere. I live in Houston near the Klein area. Yeah, I think we're probably going to go out to eat, possibly the first day. I will say that the first day I get there on the 17th, I'm going to get there, I think, about like 3 p.m. or so. So probably if I do anything, it will be the first day. Day 2, I will be basically unavailable until probably like 5 o'clock at night. And I know at that point, they're probably going to want to do dinner or something. That's what they did the last time. And then day 2, or the Sunday is going to suck, because it's not going to suck, but it's going to be a mad rush, because we're filming a house. We're photographing and filming a house, because we're doing like a live tutorial on how to do this. So we have to do this, what I would say, pretty much before 3 o'clock, because I have a flight at 6. So I have to be at the airport by 4:35 to make that flight back to Tampa. So it's going to be, like I said, a mad dash, because if I miss that flight, there's no other flight that goes out till like the next day at like 3, which, you know, nobody I know lives in Houston. So I really don't envision wanting to get stuck in Houston. We'll say that. I don't want to get stuck in Houston. So not that it would be a terrible place to be stuck, but I don't want to get, well, actually, no, I take that back. My buddy Adam lives there. So I wouldn't want to get stuck there though. But, yeah, I think it'll be a good time. So what are we at? 9:57. We're on point, man.
Yeah.
We are on point. So I think we can go ahead and wrap this stream up. Had a good stream. Good. Like we went off the rails there for like about 10 minutes. I went off the rails there. But I felt like that I needed to address that because that really, man, that just really set me over the rails, pissed me off. So I wanted to just go ahead and address that right out of the gate. Doesn't Ready Set Drone live in Houston? No, Ready Set Drone lives in Austin. He's in Austin. So yeah, he's up there in the state capital. I mean, I don't think it's very far from there though. I don't know. What is that? 3 hours, 2 hours drive from Austin to Houston? Houston's down by the Gulf. Houston's down by the Gulf, like Galveston area, I guess. Yeah.
2 hours and 41 minutes.
Check Mad's Tech video. What is he saying to check Mad's Tech video? Let's look. Let me look up.
Speaking in cold words.
What is he doing?
Speaking in cold words. Like
No.
Mad.
Let me look at Mad's Tech. Let me see. Mad's Tech. Let me go to his video. So he said DJI area end of the line, stock up now. Okay, well we saw that. I already watched that video. I don't maybe I'm missing something here. And then I saw the Defender video he did. Yeah, I guess I don't know, maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Max Air 420's birthday.
Oh, snap. Happy birthday, Max.
So should we sing happy birthday to him, Eddie?
Let's do it.
You want to sing it?
Do we need to turn on auto tunes?
Do we have auto tune? Let me see. Is that even an option?
I can press a button here and see what it does. Hello? Oh, it did nothing. I have something that says hard tune.
What does this sound like, Eddie?
You sound like a robot.
That sounds like a robot?
Yeah.
All right, what about...
Hello. Happy birthday. Does that sound good?
No, it doesn't sound good. That sounds like shit. What about this one? Does this sound like a monster?
That sounds appropriate for Max Air 420.
What does it sound like, though? 'Cause I can't hear what it sounds like.
It sounds like, what does it sound like? It sound like a monster.
What is it like, oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, like like
What
Macho
type
Man.
of monster?
Happy birthday.
Like Sully, like Mike Wazowski, or Satan Dobo? Okay, never mind.
It's
So
really
that's
hard
not
to
good.
understand you.
I wish we had a better auto tune.
Yeah, I don't have a good one either.
That's sort of frustrating now. Well, shit, Eddie. That doesn't work.
No, but I
That
think
doesn't
we
work.
can make it work. Like
We
if
could make it work.
Yeah, like we can sing happy birthday, Max. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Max 420.
That's pretty good, Eddie. That's pretty good. I like that, Eddie. Shoot, that's not bad, man.
That was good. That was the good.
Instead of 2
Go
chains, I'm
XLR
gonna start
right there.
calling you 2 drones. 2 drones. Eddie 2 drones. I like it, dude. Good for you, man.
There you
I
go.
can't wait to see you at your next, debut at Chuck E. Cheese over there. Damn, Eddie.
Man. They're
That's
still in business?
shit. Brought a tear to my eye over there with the auto tune, Edward.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That was good, dude. But you feel like you get a little more acapella going, though. Really come from the chest,
Happy birthday to you.
was
There
it,
you
bro.
go.
That was it. You fucking nailed that like a split hog, baby.
Oh,
Shit. That was
Yeah,
the
that was
most
good.
fire happy birthday. I want you at all of my kids' birthdays, Eddie. Like all of my kids' birthdays. I need you there, bro, with that auto tune, like the whole thing, the white shirt,
yeah. Well,
everything.
This is the pre-release here.
Pre-release. What is that?
The
Eduardo
Mini
Nunez
2SC.
merchandise? What is
No,
that,
the
dude?
Mini 2SC right there.
Okay. Line of sight, New York. I like it, dude. I like it. You got the colored props on there. Dude, that was fire, Eddie.
Yeah, that
you
was
should
good.
do an
That was
album. You should do a happy birthday album, like the Happy Birthday Comeback Tour. Eduardo Nunez sings Happy Birthday.
Well, we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
All right, give me it one more time. I don't want to beat the dead horse, but give me it one
Oh,
more time in Spanish now. I want it Happy Birthday to Max Air 420 in Spanish, but auto-tuned. And really, I want to really feel it, Eddie. I want to feel like I can speak Spanish, even though I cannot.
Shit, I'm thinking, how do you sing Happy Birthday in Spanish? But
Definitely.
I think I got it.
Okay, you got it?
Feliz
You don't know how to sing
cumpleaños,
it?
right? All right, let's see this.
Okay, Espanol, right now. See, we cover all the bases.
Feliz cumpleaños. No. Hold on.
Okay, come on. I need a little more like "Taka cucaracha, cucaracha." I'll sing like you'll sing happy and I'll be like birthday. I'll come in like that. Okay, I'll come in like after, but like Americano. Okay, we're gonna do this Spanglish style. Okay, one time. Ready? I think I'm fucking high from these fumes. I think I'm high from the.
No, I think it's totally whack. The settings are totally whack.
Yeah, bro, you just lost your auto tune ability.
Yeah. We got to come back to that.
Well,
We gotta
happy
practice
fucking
that.
birthday. We'll work on that. So that way, every time there's a member birthday, Eddie will sing you your happy birthday in auto tune.
We'll do that. We'll set it up.
Oh, God, that actually hurt, dude. That hurt. I love it, dude. You're okay, Eddie. You're okay. I knew I chose the right co-host when I had you come on because that broke my chest. I mean, I'm feeling all sorts of things right now. God bless it, man. Anybody else got a birthday, holiday, bar mitzvah? What else you got? What else can we auto tune? I think I can find some settings here or some shit. Oh God, that was funny. The fumes, though. The fumes, man.
It's getting to you.
All right. Well, I guess at this point we can call it a night, Eddie.
Yeah, this was a great stream.
Yeah, I mean,
Another good one.
another good stream. Eddie saying happy birthday to Max 420. We didn't burn it down. This is our first successful stream that we've ever had, Eddie. Like ever.
It
In
was cohesive.
2023.
Yeah.
Man.
It was
What a great night, dude. I love it. Shout out to Ray Kelly. South
Ray
Florida
Kelly.
drone meetups in a few weeks. That's going to be a hoot right before
Yep.
tax season and the government decides to put whatever object in my anal cavity. I hate tax season.
You
All
can
right,
probably
that's-
take a tax deduction by going to the meetup, by the way.
Yes, I
It's
can take a
house
tax
in
deduction.
Florida, yeah.
I was thinking about like
Make sure you
I don't
get your
know.
receipts
I'll
from Ray
donate some
Kelly.
plasma. I'll donate some plasma, donate some blood. I don't know. What a great night. I had so much fun. Thanks for coming, Eddie. This was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It was Drone Brews. Have yourself a cup of coffee. Don't forget to tip your baristas. We're out.
What I know's coming. Yeah. 'Cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusion, reality. I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm a fool for trusting in these wings. But maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. Maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. Maybe, baby, this what flying feels like.
Dude, that was a fucking great show. That
It
was a good
was,
show.
man.
That was a good show. We didn't screw it up at all.
Nope.
and we were able to do happy birthday. Your auto-tune shit was working excellent. I feel things. Like I felt like I took a gummy, but then I didn't take a gummy, but then I feel like the opposite of going into this couch. I feel like I want to go out of the couch. I could be losing brain cells, even though the printer had stopped. I feel a certain way about things, Ed. I feel a certain way. I had a great show though. This was fucking great. I have never been happier.
You should probably not worry. Yeah, you should probably not worry about the noise. I think your mic does a good job. So you need to turn on the air.
Yeah, I don't know what they were talking about. I thought it sounded fine. I thought it sounded fine, and I mean, I turned the volume up before. I don't know. Some people maybe they just had their volume too low. Maybe they were watching something and they were like, "Oh, I'll keep my volume low because that's convenient." But I'm the opposite. I like listening to things loudly. God, I feel like I should take a Tylenol before I drive home.
Yeah, you think so? Well, you sound fantastic. You have that deep, crisp radio voice right now.
It's the SM7B, baby.
Yes,
yeah, bro.
You sound better than ever.
You like that?
I like that.
You want me to deliver you something sultry?
Yeah, you should. Go ahead.
Like, what would I say? What would I say? Like, what would sultry? What does sultry sound like, Eddie?
I will have to think about it.
Yeah, you think about that.
Yeah, let's think about it.
I'm feeling good though. Feeling so good. This coffee got me right. The fumes
sound good.
Fumes got me lit. What a night, dude. What a night. So I am, dude. Oh, the red button's on.
You asshole. You didn't tell me the red button was on.
What's the red button?
I don't know. I was messing with this because I was like, well, we're off, so we're good. So I decided to do something, dude.
What's that?
So I did something for the meetup. I did something. I did a thing. So we're going to give away an Evo V3 at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
I'm going to go to that meetup now.
You don't even fly Alto. We're going to give away the Evo V3.
Oh, wow.
At the South Florida Drone Meetup because it's here in America.
America. Oh, kudos to you, Oprah. My guy from South Florida is gonna fly into this meetup.
Yeah.
From South Florida, from South Africa, I mean.
Yeah. Oh. Let me laugh. Evil Dobo voice.
He's gonna buy a ticket, go to Florida, and get the Evo 3 now. Oh man.
I did get into another fight with another Chinese company though. I keep getting into fights with Chinese companies. So I forgot to tell you. So this company Hi RC messages me and they like, "Oh, hey, would you like to review these ducks?" And I'm like, they send me a photo. They send me a photo. I put it on the store. They send me a photo of these ducks, and I'm like, okay, so basically you just ripped off my idea. So I said, no, fuck you. I'm not reviewing your ducks. And they're like, why not? They're a fantastic product. I said, because I created that product. Why am I going to review something that I created? Well, no, you 3D print them and it's not the same quality. I said, fuck your quality. Yeah. I said, you're using it in a press. You probably have some kid that's poorly paid pressing this into some piece of shit plastic. It's not made of the highest quality polymer filaments. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to review your product. I went thermal nuclear on her. I even ended the quote. I said, Chanida.
I saw that.
I spoke some other Mandarin that I Google translated, and then I copy and pasted because it was an email. But in my mind, I was thinking to myself, I am going to, and I told them, I said, I will stop at nothing to destroy your clone company. Like, I will go Kylo Ren on your ass. I will go Kylo Ren. Like what does Kylo Ren sound like? Kylo Ren sounds like a large. Like, I will go Kylo Ren on your ass. Does that sound like Kylo Ren? Does this sound like Kylo Ren? Does this sound like Darth Vader though?
Yeah.
Like what it would.
Like Darth Vader. You sound like Darth Vader.
Like Eddie, I am your father. I am your father, Eddie.
Yeah.
Like once upon a time, I would use the Force, but now I will forcefully fuck over every clone Chinese manufacturer alive. Ha 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 ha.
give 0 fucks you want me to review your product. Fuck you, and fuck you.
That probably didn't sound like Kylo Ren. I'm gonna have to watch that back later.
You gotta watch it back. You gotta put your audio through your headphones, bro.
It is going through my headphones,
But
but
you
why
can't hear
does it? I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, does it? Let me try it again.
Hello, testing 1, 2.
2, 4. Nope, that doesn't do it. Fucking A, man. How come?
You had to set up like that one time.
Oh, that's why. That's probably not one. Nope, that's still fucked up. I press all these buttons and nothing lets me hear it, Eddie.
You had it at one point.
I don't know, Eddie. I don't know.
Well, I'll continue practicing.
You practice. I'll practice. We'll all practice, and that's that, dude. That's that.
We'll get better.
Yeah,
One show at a time.
I gotta go home.
Drink some water. Before you head out.
My biggest concern now with these VOCs from this printer fume is that I have to go home, and I'm most concerned that my dick is not going to function tonight. That is a very large concern because as of right now, I can't feel anything below the waist. So I am deeply concerned that this is an issue. I don't know. Did you hear that?
No.
Fuck, dude, I cannot print like that anymore. So lesson learned: don't print high temperature shit when you're doing high temperature things. That's it. That's all
lesson.
you got to do. Gotta get all the things, Eddie. All the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, bless it. Anyways. All right. Fuck them anyways.